In 1986, before we got the release of Top Gun, we got Iron Eagle. The story is about Doug Masters, played by Jason Gedrick, who longs to be an Air Force pilot like his father Ted Masters, played by Tim Thomerson. One day, Ted is shot down by pilots from Balalia when he's accused of invading their territory. Ted denies that he was ever invading any territory, but he's held in prison regardless. The Air Force is afraid to do anything because they're afraid to start a nuclear war against this country. But Doug just does not want to sit back and do nothing. No, so he immediately attempts to take action. He has his friends gather information about Balalia, and he asks for the help of Chappie Sinclair, played by Louis Gossett Jr. Okay, his real name is actually Charles Sinclair, but everybody calls him Chappie for short. A retired Air Force pilot who is on the reserved, and he likes to fix planes just because he's something he enjoys doing. He is reluctant to help Doug at first, but eventually agrees because he has too much respect for his father. And what comes next is Chappie telling Doug the mission, preparing him for what could or could not happen, and letting him know that it ain't going to be as easy as he thinks. How will this all play out? Well, you're going to have to see the movie to find out. Is it as good as Top Gun? I'm going to say it's good in its own right. I'm not going to say it's better than or less than Top Gun. I'd say they're about equal. Now, a lot of people said this movie is too similar to Top Gun. Well, in some ways, yes. Let's look at the similarities. Doug and Maverick are both guys who want to be the best pilots they can be, with the exception of Doug is 18 and Maverick was in his 20s. And they have cool high-flying scenes, which are pretty good and intense. So, in my opinion, I think that's where the similarities end. I really like the camaraderie. I really like the chemistry between Jason Gedrick and Louis Gossett Jr. They really have like a Daniel and Mr. Miyagi like feel to them. I mean, I think they really play off each other well. You really get the bonding that they share as they get to know each other more. And I gotta say about one particular scene where I thought Louis Gossett Jr. really had me jump, is a scene where Doug gets arrogant with him about y'all not doing nothing, you don't care enough much to help him, and he's not playing Foley from An Officer and a Gentleman, but I get the feeling the director told Louis Gossett Jr., for this one particular scene, I want you to become Foley, and boy does he ever. He really took my breath away, and I get the feeling he took Jason Gedrick's breath away too, because he looked too mesmerized by how good Louis Gossett Jr. was in that scene. Yeah, like I said about the high-flying scenes, are pretty good. David Suchet as Colonel Nakish. I mean, a British actor, but he really plays an Arab so perfectly. He has me on my seat. He's just so edgy and has a creepiness to him. He doesn't slip once. Good actor. Now, we all know the Cobra Kai connection and the Karate Kid connection. Remember in one of the episodes of the first season, Johnny's watching Iron Eagle for inspiration. That's an interesting thing because Larry B. Scott, who plays one of Doug's friends, was in Karate Kid, had a small role in. Rob Garrison, the guy who yells out in a body bag, was in Iron Eagle and was also in Karate Kid, and I just love the connection there. Iron Eagle is an 80s classic. I give it a 10 out of 10. And R.I.P. to Louis Gossett Jr. Great actor, forever missed.